Alright, so I know the first thing we're doing, and that's going to be mounting the floodlight over here. So I gotta go inside real quick and grab my drill and my mount. So let me go grab that. And pardon all of the mess, but we're currently trying to reorganize a bunch of things. Alright, so that is the mount. The mount is 3D printed. So first thing I'm gonna do is find, well, that's the secondary mount. Put that in the other pocket. Need to find the exterior screws. Here they are. And they're gonna go, actually let's put one in there. Yeah, it looks like we have this pretty good. So we're gonna put my phone away. So now we're gonna try and figure out the best place to mount this. I'm thinking probably something like this. So, and like that. Okay, and now for the next one. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Okay. Next is this. So this will make the light go down at an angle, and we have these two little screws, which is why I brought my small electric screwdriver, as I accidentally just take out the bit entirely. So we're going to get the first one in, because the second one's going to be a little bit of a rough spot to do. So let me take out the screw. Let me try and position this properly. And put that in there. Okay. So that is in. Now we just got to get the other one in the same way. And I don't believe this is magnetized. And it's not, so we're going to have a grand old time doing this. So I'm going to step one step forward, higher, and there goes the screw. Okay, so we're gonna have to try and find a different way to do this. So I'm at least gonna start with tightening this one in the correct position. Like so. And now I'm gonna drop the screwdriver too. Oh, about time I finally got to do this. For some reason it's not going in all the way, which is interesting. Let me see if I can just brute force it some more this way. These may not be the right screws, but I am going to try from the top one instead now. Just pop it in. Let me just get up on here. And where's the other screw? Oh. Probably should wear warmer gear. I got warmer gear on the way. That is loose. So let me... There, I got like an extra. I don't like how loose this is. I know they're meant for stoppers, but that should be fine. Alright. Alexa, stop music. Okay. So let's just do a little test and see how it works on here. Okay, so it doesn't come off. That's good. Now the problem is, now it's stuck on there. Shoot. Well, I guess that's good for now. I just gotta figure out how to open that up. We'll figure it out in a minute. Unless I can just stick my screwdriver in it. There we go, that works. Okay, so now we're gonna have to run the cable through here, and then we're gonna follow the Xfinity line all the way through. We're gonna go around, up the top. We're gonna go up even more until we get right next to that light, and then we're gonna drill a hole in, and then we'll make our way into the patch panel, which will go into the actual into the switch. So that was step one. Now we're gonna have to go in and get the get everything else set up so that way we can run that wire. And we're gonna start from the patch panel and make our way out, just to make it a little bit easier on our end. Alright, so this is what is the current condition of the attic is. So let me just walk in here real quick here. So I have removed a bunch of these beams so that way I could actually like look down here. So straight ahead-ish is where the floodlight mount is, and it's pretty much going to go around, up, and it's going to come in somewhere over here. And at that point, that's where I'm probably going to have it come in on the other side of this, so that way I can just have it be shoot back, and then it goes into the this patch panel and the switch right there. So essentially, we're probably going to put it into port 26, and 26 is going to go out that way. Well, the only issue is we have all this trash, and we're going to have a hard time getting to it. I think my plan is to remove these two bats of insulation and just redo this because nothing is aligned properly. But we're going to have to get some more insulation in here and, see where that takes us. But yeah, we're going to have to figure all this out. So that will be the main thing that we do next is try and get some of this out. We're going to have to run a dumpster at some point, which actually reminds me I have to contact a dumpster company about IT services. So I think the next step is going to be to clear out some room in here, and then we'll start running that line. Alright, we're trying to get over there. As you can see, right up there is where I dropped the line. And now my phone's ringing. Alright. Back to what we were doing. I get rid of all those weeds too. So we're actually gonna open up in here. And well, I didn't really do anything. This looks like crap. Does not look like my thing is in there. Whatever. Oh, it's right there. Still works, even in the cold. Alright, so first thing we want to do is try and cut a couple of these. Okay. As soon as we get these out of the way, we can get over there and pull the wire down. Okay, and that does it. We can now freely walk over there. So let's I gotta make sure I'm turning this the right way. Okay. Alright, so I need siding cable clips, so this is going to be a little weird for a little bit. But you see how the coax cable has those siding clips? I need those and I don't know exactly where to get them as of yet. So we're gonna have to figure that out here in a few minutes here. It's a little cold. I'm gonna put my hat over my head just to make it a little bit easier. Siding cable clips. I think these are good. Let's try these ones. Let's take a look. It doesn't say what they go on though. Okay, so yeah, let's add this to cart. And then I'll order that at a later date and time. I don't think we're gonna need the ladder anymore, but possibly. Let's bring it over. Alright, I've never been this high up before, so not a standing ladder like this. So we're gonna, just like this. It looks like that might be a problem, but we'll test it out in a little bit here. Alright, we're gonna bring ourselves over a little bit so we can do the rest both ways. Let's get up right up against the corner here. We can go down. We're a little bit lopsided. Alright, this is where we'll be sharing. There we go. Alright. I'm going to flip the ladder over. That's the way to do it. I got must fall out. My phone's also going off Discord. Alright. So we're almost there. We just gotta do a little bit of finessing. Alright. The rest of this we can probably just do regularly without anything special. Now we're going to bring it next to the downspout. The rest of this, I don't think we're going to need a ladder for. We are going to have to put this through the downspout or over it. Oh, what the hell? Usually start in the... Okay. All right. A bit much in terms of cable. Now let me okay. Well, that's it. It's ran. Let me snooze my front door for 30 minutes because this is going to start blaring at us this whole damn time. Alright, so here's the floodlight. We're going to put that in the zipper pocket. Let's see. I'm at my phone. I don't need that right away. And I'm going to go inside and prepare myself. Alright, so I definitely didn't film myself making the cable, but I made a pretty damn good run. And we're about to test it and see what happens. So we're going to do a COT scan. Okay, the test. No, not a QC test, not a continuity test. We're good here. So, now we're going to now, let's okay, and we're gonna fix up the cable run later. So let's get everything inside, and then we're gonna test the cable, or we're going to cut the excess cable a little bit. I think we got like a lot of leftover feet. And we can go. Looks great. All right, we have my headlamp to use a flashlight. We have scissors. I also have my all-in-one crimper. So we're gonna see how this works. So we're gonna sit down. We're gonna see. I have a lot of room left, so I think we're gonna cut off a few feet. So let's leave all of this. We'll cut off these few feet. So that, cuts off like 6 feet. All right, next, routing. I guess I'm gonna put these back in my pocket. All right. So let's grab the end and drop it through. We're also going to take here. Let me take this side off so that way we can pop out the pad panel. There we go. Let me just do a quick pop and hang. So pop and hang. I see it. Okay. We're going to do port 48 over here. Right? No, we're going to do... Let's do port 18. Let's just make it easier to do port 18. So we're going to put the light right there. Just give me some natural light. I don't know how well you guys can see. Here, let's take... Here, actually, we can sit down and do this part. Oh. I have the screws, so I can now put the little shelf up right here, which I think I'm going to do off camera, but it'll definitely help with getting some of this area cleaned out. Come on. Break, you piece of shit. There we go. Just making sure. Okay, yeah, they're all good. Okay, now, if I can find my scissors, which were in that pocket, are going to that, and since I do not know where I just did that again, Jesus Christ. I need to be able to untwist these properly. Why did I have to do that? Why did I have just to wipe everything off? Here, let's do a quick little cleanup here. So, well, all three of these right there. I want this also right here, so I can throw this over there, and then I can throw these out there. And now there's a lot more now there's a lot more room for me to sit and work on. And look at that, there's a Cat 6 blue piece that I can use to, and now the neighbor's dog's outside. Alright, let's do this. And there's still going to be the cable that we have to run the same way to get the G5 bullet out front too, so we can replace the G3 instant that is inside. That I'm going to do off camera, I think. Although I did like doing that on a GoPro. I feel like it's some fun content. So I think I'm going to do that on video. So this might be extra long because I like the long form, unedited work. Obviously stuff like this I'll probably speed up in the future when I don't have stuff to talk about. And most times if I'm not talking, I just cut that whole part of the video. Alright, so everything's all good here. So let me separate by color. Bless me. Alright, so now we got, there's no really point in doing that because we have to go up here and do it. So let me just get this down here. Let me get myself some room to stand. Just run this back. We're doing port 42. So, no matter what, blue and brown are together, and then orange and green are together. We're going to mark it up like this, and we're going to... Here, let's just spin these two around so that way it works with how the cable's already is like naturally bending. So we're going to do, this might be too hard for you guys to see, so I don't know if you guys will be able to see this next part. We're going to do blue right here, blue right here, and then we're going to do gray right there and gray white right here. Actually, to make sure you guys are doing this correctly, I can just pull up the GoPro app and make sure that it's doing good. It'll be easier when I get the rest of these boards down, so that way why can't I do the preview? That sucks, I can't do preview. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, the next, we have, let me just get these out of the way this way. We have green and green white. And then orange, white, orange. Right there. Now I can take my punch down tool, make sure it's on high. The further down I go, the higher I can stand up. Let's start off with these 4 right here. I have my hand on the bottom, praying to God this works. Okay. Oh. No, okay, I can't lay down like that. I can't lay down. Shit. Okay. I don't know. This doesn't work. This punch down tool. And it's a Milwaukee too. Oh, let's continue, see what happens. Okay, so why is it working on that side, not this side? Alright, so now they technically are all punched down. What we have to do is come back out here and grab one of my half-foot cables and see if it works. And if it's not, then we have to redo the cable or finish tearing off the edges of the patch panel side. So, just hoping this works. If not, we might have some issues going forward, but if it works, then at least I can set this to be a time variant of, so let's just bring this up here. Here. Move. Ooh. Alright, well, it looks like it's working. Let's head into Unifi and see if it's starting up. I don't even see it. Let's try to protect that. I don't see it here either. It might not be working properly. Here, let me see. What port is it connected to again? It's connected to port 15 on .16 PoE. Port 15. Alright, so I don't think it's working properly yet. So let's take this off and continue trying to knock out the cables. So yeah, we can take out this and turn that off. We're now working on Here we go. Alright, it was port 42, right? Want to make sure. 42. Okay, let's run downstairs, go outside, see if it's working. Yeah, it looks like it's starting up. Alright, let's let it start up for a few minutes and then we'll see what happens.